Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Alma and this is Crafting with Soul. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you the difference between Waterslide paper and printable vinyl. If you're anything like me, when I heard about Waterslide paper, I wanted to know what it was, what is the difference. So I'm going to show you how I use the Waterslide paper and how it compares on a Starbucks reusable cup. The cup that I am making is an epoxy cup, so I am to the point where I am just adding my decals on there. The Waterslide paper that I'm going to be using is from Hayes Paper Co. I just purchased this from Amazon. It has all the instructions that you need right here. You will see later on in my video that I actually do it different from what the instructions say and what from you guys have probably already seen. So just keep that in mind. I am not a pro using this paper just yet. I am just getting comfortable with it. And I'm going to be using the printable vinyl from Cricut. I also just purchased this from Amazon. You can find it at any craft store or cricut.com. And the printer that I am using is the Canon Pixma IX6820. I actually just recently purchased this printer, so I do plan on doing a review for you guys because I know how important it is to have a good quality printer. So as I go through and just make more projects with it and get more comfortable with playing with the settings and everything like that, I'll go ahead and make a review video for you guys. So enough about that. If you guys are interested in seeing the difference between the Waterslide paper and the printable vinyl, then let's go ahead and jump right in. Right here we have our cup. I have the Waterslide paper right here with the printed sunflowers. I already went over this and I put the acrylic over it, so I did 3 coats of that and I just went ahead and let it dry. This obviously are the sunflowers on the printable vinyl. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start off by putting the vinyl on our cup as well as the printable vinyl. So that way we'll just do the flowers last because we do have to let these dry for 3 hours before you do the epoxy over this. The vinyl that I'm using for the name is the Rose Gold Chrome from Tech Wrap. It's really nice. It's actually really easy to use. So now we're just going to be moving on to our printable vinyl. For this one, you are going to be able to see that when it cuts out, you'll still have some of that white outline. And obviously we're not going to get that with our Waterslide paper because although we are actually just going to cut it out with scissors, the background is actually transparent. So once it goes on and it dries, the background is not going to be there. It's going to just give the sunflowers a clean look. So I'm going to start off with this small one. Like I said, you're going to see those little white outlines. So what I'll do is I'll just pick up my cup, just depending on, where I want this. And I think I want it close to the name. And it kind of blends out a little bit just because the actual cup is white. So I'm just going to keep on going. I'm going to turn it over because I did 3 and 3 of each of the flowers. So there you go. I think I'll just put it down here. And actually, I don't know if I want to use the big one just yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just start off with the smallest sunflower. I am going to put this one right here, and the technique that I'm going to be using is I am actually just putting the picture side down. If I was to do any sort of character, I feel more comfortable with this technique. So if I was doing any character, then I would just mirror the image when I print it out. So that way when I'm putting it on the cup and I'm putting it down, it's coming out the correct way. So I'm just turning this down, grab my napkin, and put this on here. Try not to do too much water. Doing another cup, and I was using this technique. I was putting too much water on there and it almost caused like a crack. So just go ahead and dab it lightly. You just want to make sure that it is wet enough to slide off. And also you want to focus on the corners as well, because the corners are the first thing that are going to stay. So there you go. And just slide it all the way off. So once I do that, what I do is I just grab my little tool. I put just a little bit of water on it, and then I just go ahead and I smooth everything out. The instructions do say to let it dry for 3 hours before we add on the last layer of epoxy. Go. And from right here, you can obviously tell the difference between the Waterslide paper and then just our printable vinyl. So you're able to see more of the detail on the printed vinyl rather than just the Waterslide paper. Go ahead, turn it upside down. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to keep it in this one spot. So that way you wet it all around. Again, just keeping in mind that if you would be submerging this in water, you're only keeping it down for 30 to 60 seconds. So you don't want to wet it too much. And there you go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and wet this a little bit and just smooth it out. With this technique, obviously you're not gonna get any of the little cracks that you do if you were just pulling the paper out from under it. For this one, so I'm just gonna turn this a little bit up, just enough so that I can fit this flower right here, but that way, but that the foam of the cup holder isn't touching the other one. So I'm just gonna do the same. A little more on the inside. Actually, I'm just gonna try to turn it this way, so that way I'm able to just hold it and press down. Okay. I can just pull it right off. And Waterslide paper does take some practice. I am definitely not a pro at it, but I enjoy making things with it just because it's something new. And at some point, I just want to be great at doing Waterslide paper because I think it looks amazing. I just love the blend of it. So we just go through and smooth everything out. So what I did here is I just added another small flower on the printable vinyl. So that way it just kind of gives the cup a nice little flow since I didn't use the large one on the printed vinyl. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the cup sit for 3 hours just so my water slide paper is all dry, and then I'll go ahead and put the last layer of epoxy on there, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what that looks like once it's done.